Hey guys, it's Punzaway back with another video. This week we'll be focusing on a less serious deck, so don't try to craft this unless you've got a lot of sparks. Anyway, today's video will be a little less serious since we're going to be playing a meme deck I've created. By the way, next week I'll be covering Mutate Aggro Grass Knuckles, so if you're looking for something a little more competitive, stick around for that one. Anyways, let's just quickly go over the deck. Now, before we get into the deck, you're going to notice something very odd about it. That's right, this deck has no commons and rares. This deck costs 76,000 sparks, which is just 2,400 more than Captain Combustible Potted Powerhouse, which is the most expensive viable deck. So if you're a peasant watching this video, I need you to stay out. Nah, I'm just kidding, but the deck is pretty expensive, and I'm going to tell you this right now, it's not really worth crafting for competitive play. However, the deck is really fun, so if you have the cards, it's definitely worth checking out. Starting us off, we have Primal Sunflower, which is a 1 sun 2/1 that nets you +1 sun at the start of every turn. This is a powerful card that's a really good turn 1 play, since it can help you immediately ramp up to 3 or 4 sun in turns 2 and 3. This is a card you use to ramp into other ramp options, so that you can essentially farm more sun with sun. If we run 4 copies, that we increase our chances of starting the game with this card. But now the problem with this card is that if you play the Primal Sunflower on turn 1 and your opponent tries to answer the next turn with a zombie of their own, then you lose the Primal Sunflower there and miss out on some potential sun gain for the turn. However, if you're not, as there is a way to protect this card, and its name is Rotabaga. Rotabaga is a 2 sun 2/1 that attacks zombies next door to it instead of the lane it is in. It also has Amphibious, so you can play in the water lane. This is a very good card in this deck because it helps protect your sunflowers. Rotabaga can be played left of the sunflower to potentially kill off any zombies before they can attack your sunflowers. Rotabaga is also a very good tempo card that can force your opponent to try to get rid of it because of its ability to deal a lot of damage to 2 lanes at once. We run 4 copies for protection. Now, another ramp card we have in this deck is Twin Sunflower, which is a 2 sun 2 health plant that gives you 2 sun at the start of every turn. This card is deceptively good in the early turns. If you play against a more zombie focused deck, then you can play this card in a safe lane after your opponent plays their zombies, thus guaranteeing that you get +2 sun the next turn. Then you can follow up that early sun lead with the big plants of your own. However, the weakness of this card is that it gets wrecked if your opponent has tricks to counter it, so be careful when you're playing this card. We run 4 copies because the card is really essential to our game plan. Kitchen Mechanic is a 3 sun 1/1 that gains +1/+1 and +1 heal for every zombie on the field. This is a really good card in this deck, especially since the deck does sacrifice tempo for ramp. In the process, you're going to be letting the zombie player hit the board with a lot of zombies that will eat away at your health pool. Fortunately, Kitchen Mechanic solves both of these problems by recouping health while also gaining big stats for an overall tempo swing that can help you keep ramping up to infinity. This is a very solid card, in fact one of the best in the game, so we run 4 copies. Solar Winds is an integral piece of our ramp game plan. Solar Winds is a 3-cost environment that gives you a sunflower if there are no zombies on it at the end of your turn. The sunflower, by the way, gives you +1 sun at the start of your turn. This card is pretty good as long as there are no zombies on it. You can play this after a Primal Sunflower turn 1 for a huge ramp boost into turn 3, or pretty much play it any time in the early stages of the game to gain a 1 health sunflower for ramp in later turns. Now, you might think that the effect of this card is a little weak, but the +1 ramp in addition to sunflowers spawned by Solar Winds is pretty good, especially considering that there is a special card in this deck that can take advantage of the sunflowers spawn. We run 4 copies of this card. Snapdragon is a 4 sun 3/3 with splash damage 3, which means that it does 3 damage to zombies next door. This is a solid card since it can, like Rotabaga, be played adjacent to your flowers to protect them from zombie attacks. Snapdragon itself is also a powerful tempo card and is one of the best Smarty cards in the game. We run 4 copies. Bird of Paradise is a 5 sun 4/5 with Amphibious that gives you a superpower at the start of each turn. Now, this card is deceptively durable because of its Amphibious ability, which means that it can be played into Waterland to dodge a lot of zombies in the game. This is an excellent card to ramp to because it provides you with even more advantage in the best way possible, which is in the form of plant superpowers, which are especially good since most of them draw cards or give you massive tempo advantage when played. This card is especially good on turn 3 after you play a Twin Sunflower on turn 2, since it can keep you steamrolling in both sun advantage and pure card advantage. We run 4 copies of this card for the insane potential. Now, this is another star of the show. Cop Cannon is a 6 on 6/6 that has 2 effects. Anytime it is played, it gives zombies in its lane and adjacent lanes -1/-1. Its second effect, though, is really good for the deck. When Cop Cannon is played on top of a team-up plant, it can destroy a zombie on the field. This is an insane ability considering that Sunflowers created from Solar Winds have team-up. This means that this card can be generally played on top of cards that are at risk of easily dying in later turns of the game. Both of Cop Cannon's abilities are really good for recovering tempo, so that is why we run 4 copies of this card in our deck. Toadstool is a 6 on 4/4 with 2 abilities. First, it can destroy a zombie in its lane with 4 attack or less. The second effect makes it so that you can gain +1 stun at the start of every turn. Now, something that may be puzzling is why we even run this card. Fine, the first effect is really good, but ramp on turn 6 is redundant, right? Wrong. Toadstool is an essential tool for a purely ramp-focused deck like Ramp Rose. Let me explain. The problem with plant ramp is that the stun you gain from sunflowers is only temporary. If your sunflowers do get killed off, then you run into some problems. One turn you might have 7 stun, and the next turn you might get knocked down back to 5. Toadstool solves this problem by recapturing the momentum in ramp decks by firstly being a good tempo tool, and secondly by recovering potentially lost ramp with more ramp, so that you can comfortably play your big plays the following turn. Another subtle problem this card also fixes is that gap between 6 and 8 stun. In this deck we aren't playing any 7 cost cards, so if you don't make the jump from 6 to 8, then you potentially have a reduced quality of turn, and this is pretty bad, especially since that 8 stun card we're playing in the deck is insane. This is something that is not ideal, especially in a deck that's all about ramping, but Toadstool helps us with that. Because of the many problems this card fixes, we run 4 copies of it. Finally, we have our main finisher of the deck. DMD is an 8 stun 6/6 with 3 awesome effects. Firstly, it has Amphibious, which allows it to be played in the water lane. Now, admittedly, this isn't really all too relevant, but still pretty good for some minor moments. The second effect, though, is Splash Damage 6, which means that does 6 damage to zombies next door. This is insane, but the third ability is by far the best part. What DMD does is increase the cost of tricks in your opponent's hand by 6 brains. This is insane because it means that the zombie player will most likely not be able to react to a lot of your plays after you play DMD. DMD shuts down a lot of potential zombie strategies and helps you win the game by protecting your big threats from removal. We run 4 copies because it is the best finisher to end on. Alright, so now that we've gone over all our cards, let's discuss strategy. As you can see right here, the main idea of the deck is to ramp out to high levels of stun and play giant threats some turns earlier than you'd normally be able to play them. So the idea is to play your early ramp cards, Primal Sunflower, Twin Sunflower, and Solar Winds in turns 1 and 2, 3, with some protection like Rutabaga and Snapdragon mixed in. Then in turns 4 to 6, you want to ramp up and start playing your big threats like Bird of Paradise, Cop Cannon, Toadstool, and DMD. Past turn 7, you will have ramped enough to win the game. Now, the game plan is a lot more flexible than you think because it's really dependent on the matchup. Against some zombie heroes, you're going to be having a much easier time ramping up very early, but against some of the more aggressive matchups, you're going to be forced to stall the game instead of losing tempo by ramping. There isn't really a way to know before the start of the game if you should be ramping aggressively or not, but if you can figure out your opponent's deck, then that should tell you how you're going to be able to play the game. Against more aggressive heroes like Infinity or Brain Freeze, you might want to mulligan for more defensive cards like Rutabaga and Ketchup Mechanic. Against more generally less aggressive heroes like Super Brains or Professor Brainstorm, you can definitely get away with being greedy. Again, it all depends on the matchup, and if you can, for instance, play a Twin Sunflower in an empty lane without worrying about your opponent countering your ramp with tricks. Anyways, so now that we know the game plan of the deck, let's jump into some games. So I thought I started recording, but apparently I didn't. I'm pretty mad because I just like won 2 games and you guys weren't able to see it. Let me check if it was recorded. No, it was not recorded. That's really unlucky. What the heck? Anyway, I guess this is our first game, I guess, but I just played 2. I mean, so first game for this video with Ramp Rose. Let's get it. Hey, Toadstool's nice. Snapdragon, fine, whatever. Pop cannon. A little bit unlucky with the mulligan. This is pretty good. You know, let's just draw. Play this for the draw. Yes, we need something. Cob cannon. Not what we need. It's not good. We need something. Need Rotobaga. Not that either. Zombie gets +2 in Frenzy. Fine. Again, not what we want. Okay, let's see what he plays here. Dude, let's just go full ramp. At this point, we gotta commit. We have to commit. Yeah, we have to commit. Next turn, we might be able to play Snapdragon. Wait, we will be able to play Snapdragon. That's crazy. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5 extra sun. That's OP. What the hell? You can play Cop Cannon and Snapdragon. That's probably going to be better, actually, depending on what he plays here. What are you going to play? He might just concede here. Like, he might be like, oh no, I can't beat this guy. Okay, Surfer, bro. Yeah, this is just better. Just a plain Dragon Fruit. This guy's screwed. I could play 2 Cop Cannons next turn. Yeah, let's just keep that. Another Snapdragon. Okay, so we can just completely screw this guy over. Let's see what he plays. Let's see what he plays. Double Snapdragon is going to be really good here. Zombie evolution. All zombies get. Sorry, dude. Right. Yeah, this guy lost. This is a good game. Okay, so now we get 6 extra sun a turn. All right. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 sun. That is excellent. Yeah. Nah, dude. I'm sorry. I gotta do this. Yeah, so this is absolute domination. He can't play any tricks. His lowest cost trick would, yeah, there's concede. There we go. Proof that this deck can dominate. Although, to be fair, he didn't really play anything those first couple of turns. That really screwed him over. So, I guess on to our second match. Oh, I gotta check if it's recording. Yeah, it's recording. On to our second match. Okay, who are we up against? Infinity. Infinity. Not too worried about this matchup, honestly. Okay, Rotobog is really good. Okay, let's get something else. This is a really good hand. We're just gonna keep it. Yeah, this is a really good starting hand. Okay, so I'm a bit worried because he hasn't played anything, so we might play his like superpower that plays 2 imps immediately. And he doesn't. So we are very ahead now. I mean, depending on what he does here. Wait, he's not gonna do anything. Again, a bit worried, but not really. Yeah, let's just play it this lane. If he plays something else, he just plays something. Oh, okay. No, nothing. So we are at 3 sun now. Alright. Now it's 5 sun. Okay, double Rotobaga. And we got the Toadstool, which is nice. Is this guy trolling? What the heck? You play something. Yeah, I want to save the Snapdragon. Snapdragon's too valuable. Yeah. Okay, so he does play something. All zombies get deadly. Shoot, I don't know about that move. Okay, so alright, we can just replace that environment. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and Rotobagas. Or, I mean, if he doesn't take care of the Rotobagas here. Chickening. Wow, he actually plays chickening. Okay. Was not expecting that. And the Cob Cannon's really good here. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, let's just play this here. What? That's fine because we already have this. Do 2 damage. All right. What kind of deck is he playing? Hey, Snapdragon, please. No Snapdragon. Definitely still chilling though. Okay. Alright, Disco. This Discotron. This is fine. This next turn we just play the. Yeah, we definitely just play this Cob Cannon to take care of everything here. He has a lot of cards in his hand. I'm really worried about that. And the Snapdragon, finally. We are going to do great things with this. Yeah, let's just do this. Snapdragon's. Okay, armored 1, fine. Won't be able to play a trick this turn though, so it's really nice. And yep, boom, blasted. Yeah, save that. Definitely save that. Yeah, we are definitely chilling here. We just heal next turn, and this is, I mean, we don't need this anymore. Come on, play something big. Okay, Swabby. Oh, this guy. Wait, no. Wait, where do you get this? Come on, play something big. That's not something big. You know what? Let's just push for game here. Oh, maybe I should have played the catch-up mechanic. Yeah, let's just destroy that. You know what? It's fine. Just keep on spamming. He has 7 brains. I don't know if he has anything to really beat out this dragon fruit though. Nope, nothing. Blocks here. Zombie hides in the gravestone. Okay. Yeah, that's a 7 cost trick, bro. Okay, another Snapdragon, please. Oh, well, yeah. Well, I did ask for a Snapdragon. I meant Dragon Fruit. Okay. That's very cool, bro. Oh, this is going to become a 2-2 now. Excellent. Yeah, we got this game in the bag. Freeze all plants in the water. Well, let's just heal. Oh, now it becomes a 3-3 now. That's value. We lock him out of playing any tricks, and we win. GG. Cop cannon. Nice. And that's our second win. It would have been 4 if I, wait, let me check if it's recording. Yeah. I swear I did start recording before. I probably just press stop by accident somehow. Hey. Nope. 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 Okay, this is good. Alright, if he has a superpower, he's gonna want to play it in front of this Primal Sunflower. It's gonna be really good for us. Oh, he's not gonna play it in front of the... Oh, okay. I don't think he should have ignored that, but it's whatever. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, let's just play this. I mean, you play this and we play Bird of Paradise next turn. Counter this, especially. Or, yeah, protect that. When revealed, steal 2 sections. Alright, cool. This is a pirate? No. I can't tell what kind of deck he's playing. He could be playing anything. For now, Gargantuars cost 2 less. Okay, what? Alright. Now we're not too worried about taking some damage since we have Ketchup Mechanic in hand. And this Bird of Paradise is going to give us value. Snapdragon's really useful too. And this is really good too, since it protects our Bird of Paradise. And we are going to need to protect our Bird of Paradise here. So, yeah, this. Bounce in environment. He has not played an environment, so we are very comfortably in a good position. Let's keep that. Yeah. And the Toadstool is really good too. This is really good. Gargantuars cost 2 less. I can't tell what he's play. No, let's. I have no idea what he wants to do with that. Probably isn't something good. No, you know what? That's just not worth it. Even if we lose the birds, I can't speak today. Even if we lose the Bird of Paradise, we're still going to be really ahead. Yeah, so he doesn't really do anything here. Still get that +1 trick and the Cop Cannon. Hey, what trick? What superpower are you going to get? This is a really good one. Plant tricks cost 2 more. You know what? Let's just transform that. And yeah, let's just. He should concede now. All right, this is. I mean, this is a pretty bad result, but we are just gonna roll with it. Yeah, end of turn. So we can play Cop Cannon next turn. Yeah, and I am definitely not worried. I hope we get something good out of this. Alright, that's a cool attack animation. If you just saw that. Actually, that's my first time seeing the attack animation of Seedling. Okay, another superpower. That's really good. We just keep getting removals. Okay, something good. That is something really good. That is something good. Yeah, not too worried now. Definitely not too worried. Yeah, let's just use our removal. We have a lot of removal options. Let's just yeah. Yeah. I think he just loses here. Yep, and there's a concede. So 3 games so far. Would have been 5 if I probably recorded those first 2 games, which I'm still mad about because by now this would have been a perfect 5-0 video. Check if this is recording. Yeah, it's recording. We're going to continue searching for an opponent. Okay, Professor Brainstorm. This is a pretty good matchup. I'd say Twin Sunflower, we definitely keep that. Yeah, this is really good. Conman, not too excited about that. You know what? Let's just go for that since we can kind of play proactively with this hand. Keep trying to catch a mechanics. I'm not too happy about that. Okay, so my plan is play Sunflower somewhere. Play here maybe actually. Yeah, this is not a bad spot to place it in because I'll play this next turn and yeah. Even if it takes 1 damage here, I think it's worth it because this is just it sets us up for optimal positioning. Twin Sunflower, nice ramp, and play really well here. And we can just heal here. Yeah, this is really good, and you know that's going to Rotobai is already going to take care of those 2 lanes, so there isn't much to worry about. Do 7 damage to a plant. Okay, cool, bro. I have like 10 Ketchum mechanics here. That's not going to scare me. Oh, but he does take out the Twin Sunflower, which is unfortunate, but you know. Plays 1 more card here. That's going to be really good since we're going to be able to heal to the max. Okay, he doesn't explode fruitcake this one, which it's kind of confusing, honestly, but whatever. I have yet another ketchup mechanic in my hands, so this doesn't really worry me. Bird of Paradise, though, I am going to want to play that, and I think I'll play it this turn, depending on what he plays here. Plays nothing. I think I'm safe. He might have the rocket trick, but you know I'm willing to risk. Willing to risk it now. Make 2 backup dancers. What? Okay, fine. Zombies here get overshoot 3. Okay, that is a bit worrying. That has bullseye, and yeah, he's. Yeah, let's just hold on to that. Snapdragon though, Snapdragon is really useful, and another one of these. That's really good. Yeah, let's just be a little greedy here. We definitely can afford to be because of the catch-up mechanic. Yeah. Zombies here get overshoot 3. Okay, this is where I start getting worried. Okay, he just misses that. Gotta play these environments next turn then. Oh yeah, we are close to dying now. There's no bueno. Hopefully get something that heals us. Wait, this is really good. Each player draws an extra card. Okay, Conman, and we're gonna heal. Heal here. Replace the environment here, and then we are going to transform that. It's a pretty good result. And he just concedes. Okay, so this is our 4th game. Technically 6th game in a row we've won. Okay, I just played another game, and I swear I recorded. Like, it just... I don't know what's wrong with my computer. It just stops recording for some reason. Like... Yeah, I just won another game, and... You know, that's so disappointing. It turned off. The recording turned off, and that's what the hell. All right, so yeah, I'm getting kind of tired of playing everything and just having to replay these games. I think now it's like our 8th, probably like our 8th win now. Like our 8th game technically, since okay, alright. Sunflower here. Sunflower here is really good. Hopefully we draw into a Bird of Paradise or Snapdragon. Bird of Paradise, nice. We did get it. You know what? What is he going to play? He probably has Rocket in his hand, so yeah. Unless he plays a minion, he won't have a way of removing it. Or if he moves it and does a bonus attack. Yeah, I mean, but if he does that, then it's not really our concern. Oh, that is our concern now. Double Rotobaga. When played in an environment. Okay, luckily we dodged that. This is really good. Bullseye. Conjure a science card. Let's double up on Rotobagas. Oh, he's leaping. Leap, and all zombies get +2. Alright, so that was not a good leap. We're getting really lucky with these 1 blocks. Okay, let me check if it's recording. It is recording, and that was a really quick game. We actually... That was 5 games. Technically, you know, it's 5-0, but, you know, it stopped recording and like at several points. So this was our 8th game in a row with a win. That's actually really impressive. So yeah, Yeah, so thoughts on the deck. It's really good. I mean, though, to be honest, playing ranked is not really a good indicator of whether a deck is truly good or not. You have to play in tournaments, but you know what? I think, you know, for a meme deck like this like meme deck. I mean, this deck, I designed this deck. I didn't really design it to do too well. So, I mean, with these results, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm very happy with the results we got today. Yeah. So let's get on to the deck review then. Okay, so that we've got a little taste of what the deck can do. It's time to review it. I'll be ranking it on 3 different categories: consistency, power, and defense. For consistency, I will give this deck a 3.5 out of 5. Now the problem with consistency in this deck is different. In this channel, I've mentioned how the number one problem in most decks with consistency is dead draws, not having enough card advantage, and running out of steam in the mid to late game. With this deck though, it's the opposite. The consistency of the early game is not good, while the mid to late game is where the deck really shines. Now, because this game has a mulligan stage, you can solve most of these early game problems by mulliganing aggressively for lower cost cards. Still, there will be some games where you don't get the cards you want against a hyper aggressive zombie deck. In those games, you may lose. Still, the deck is consistent enough to pull off wins, so I'll have to give it a decent score. For power, I'll give this deck a 2.5 out of 5. This is a pretty powerful deck. However, the problem is, of course, is inherent in its design. Because you give up a lot of tempo in the early turns, this deck is not very aggressive. That's obvious. The deck's aim is to ramp up into value, and that kind of forces it into a more control style of gameplay that's more reactive rather than proactive for most of its turns. Therefore, the deck won't finish most of its games early, even after ramping up into big threats, since the block meter, as annoying as it is, exists. And there is also the potential for this deck to completely fail against an aggressive deck, meaning that you're not going to be able to go and reach that ramp potential and instead have to focus on not getting killed. Still, the one advantage of this deck is that some games are actually really short, because if your opponent sees what you're doing and he or she is not able to defend against it, then they'll probably just concede to save face. Finally, for defense, I'll give this deck a 3.5 out of 5 stars. This deck is better than you expect in the defense department because it has some really good cards like Rotobaga, Ketchup Mechanic, and Snapdragon, which all help in defending the board. Despite this deck's weakness to aggro, it has the potential to recover with great tempo tools like Cob Cannon, Toadstool, and Bird of Paradise. So even if you fall behind, there is potential for you to make a clean comeback. This deck's defense is so solid, it gets a decent score, though it does suffer some problems, like I've said, against aggro. So after going through all of the ratings, I will have to give this deck a 6 out of 10. Even though we were really successful with the deck in this video, there will be some instances while you're playing the deck where you will fold against aggro. I think the reason why I did so well in the gameplay is because I was playing at the end of the season, where people usually don't try so hard. Regardless, the deck is very fun. If you have the cards, it's definitely worth playing yourself for those sweet highlight moments. Next video, I'll be covering Mutate Aggro Grass Knuckles. I will also put out a Smarty tier list video at some point, since my last tier list video got a lot of positive reviews and feedback. So also check out that when it becomes available. Now that's all I have for today's video. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want more, check me out on Reddit and Discord. My username is Blade430 for both. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Punzaway, signing off for now.